Oh my gosh, there is so much projection going on. Well, there's always a lot of projection going on. Wherever people are insulting each other, there seems to be projection seems to be a major ingredient in getting angry and feuds and beefing and reading and stuff. You tell so much about yourself when you are angry at somebody else or when you express anger to somebody else. And projection is just rampant. I mean, people basically psychological projection is when you have some sort of issue, some feelings, a personal shame, a personal history that you are unable to cope with and confront in yourself. So you project it onto somebody else and get mad at them for having it, even if they don't have it. And yeah, I don't want to even mention examples because I feel like I'll be mentioning people in particular, but it just happens so often where people are a thing and then they tell other people that they're the thing while somehow trying to absolve themselves of being that thing. And then they get mad at the other person for being whatever that thing is, whether they are that thing or they're totally, completely not that thing. Yeah, projection is not a productive feeling or activity. And in so many instances, just in general, when people project, the other person is not that thing at all that you are saying they are. And it's kind of obvious to everyone else except the person who's doing the projecting. So if you can announce that someone else is, let's say you're a person who's 5'2", you could tell someone else that you don't like that they're 5'2" until, Jesus returns. That's not going to make them 5'2" as well. But they might be 5'2". I mean, there's an off chance that, you pick a beef with someone who is 5'2". But the saying, it takes one to know one, there's definitely some merit to that because it sounds like a childish insult, but it's actually true a lot of the time. If you're 5'2", you can recognize someone else who's 5'2", but that doesn't make you any less of a person who's 5'2". It just makes you better able to recognize another person and go, oh, okay, they're the same height as I am. But there seems to be this mythology that people are living with that, if I don't want to be 5'2", but if I say this other person is 5'2" enough, A, that'll make them 5'2", and B, that'll make me not 5'2" anymore. And that's just, I'm so sorry. It just doesn't work that way. So when you're projecting onto others, it's sort of a double failure because first of all, you're kind of announcing to everyone what you are, what your secret shame is about yourself, what the thing is about yourself that you hate and can't cope with on your own. So you're announcing that to everybody, and then you're calling someone else that, and it's not really helping your own personal issue. It's making you look crazy, and it's not making the other person. I mean, if anything, it's garnering the other person's sympathy, unless there are other people who are 5'2", who don't want to be 5'2", who want to jump in and, join in with your little hate party and try to project their 5'2"-ness onto someone else as well. You might be able to, rile up enough people to sort of do that with you, but that's just it. You're creating this sort of group mythology. That's just that. It's a mythology, and you can lean into it and hope and pray that it becomes a reality, but it's not going to. So, hey, try not to project. I guess that's all I can really say. Maybe take a step back and take a look at yourself and realize, okay, you're 5'2". That's okay. How do we make you feel better about being 5'2"? Because yelling at someone else that they're 5'2" is not helping you at all. And there's not really anything you can do about being 5'2". You could wear heels and stuff, but at the end of the day, you're still 5'2". And why don't you work on accepting the fact that you're 5'2" instead of screaming and yelling at someone else and hoping that they suddenly shrink, 3 inches? Because you're going to be screaming a long time.